this. So having actually been around in 1982 when New York lost a record number of 5 congressional districts, I can tell you that it's painful and something that New York should never have to go through again. So let's make sure that New York counts. I'm now going to invite Lori Daniel Favors to the podium from the Medgar Evers College Center for Law and Social Justice.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for always being at the forefront of this issue. As noted, my name is Lori Daniel Favors, and I'm the Executive Director at the Center for Law and Social Justice at the Medgar Evers College. And for 4 decades, CLSJ has stood in the gap, ensuring that New Yorkers of African descent were counted on the census. And as we embark on our 4th census cycle of education and outreach to New Yorkers of African descent, we are reminded that the census is not simply a count. It is a declaration of our presence, of our power, and of our right to resources. The census determines how billions of federal dollars flow into our communities, how our districts are drawn, and how our voices are heard in the halls of power. And when our communities are undercounted, we not only receive fewer resources, but we also get diminished representation, and we are invisible when it comes to policy decisions, the very decisions that are shaping our lives. We urge every New Yorker of African descent to make themselves known and to be counted fully, accurately, and unapologetically. Now, in previous census cycles, CLSJ has organized Black New Yorkers under the banner of NYC Black, the New York City Black Leadership Advisory Coalition for Census 2020. We are in a new era, and new era requires us to engage in new strategies. And so we are so proud to be here with the members of the Roots and Representation New York State Alliance for Census Alliance, where we are fighting to unite for a fair, accurate, and complete count of New Yorkers of African descent throughout the entire state. This coalition will be organizing Black New Yorkers at the statewide level to ensure our voices are heard, and so that we get access to resources, which will be the difference between us getting access for schools, money for hospitals, for housing programs, for after-school programs, for job programs, for the potholes that thankfully New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is doing a really good job of fixing. But the reality is that all of that requires resources. And when we are not showing up on the census, we are not going to be counted. And we must avoid what happened in the previous gubernatorial administration, where those 89 forms, which were not submitted, and as a result, New York State lost that census or that congressional seat. That does not happen when we have elected officials who do not sit on funds and restrict them from being distributed to the very organizations that need them desperately, which is what happened under the last census cycle. We are calling on our elected officials to invest in the census. We are so grateful for the leadership of Speaker Menin, because she has already begun taking up this challenge, but we need every elected official at the city and state level to ensure that investing in census is a top priority, because New Yorkers of all communities must be counted. It is going to determine the quality of life for our state, the quality of life for this city, and we will not go uncounted. We will be unapologetic in our effort. Thank you.